What happened when I became a Seventh-day Adventist? To start with, I want to relate the story of how I became, but what happened after I became the Seventh-day Adventist. But to make it short, connect the stories, I was not converted because somebody came to me and they preached to me the gospel, or gave me books that I can read, Seventh-day Adventist books, and maybe evangelical meeting. None of those ways worked to me, but I was saved through media. I got the CD from the Pentecostal pastor, where I was nearly to be baptized as the Pentecostal believer, but he gave me that CD, we call it compact disc, and then I took it. There were two, and I took them at the place that I was living by that moment. Then after watching, one was from the Pentecostal believer giving the testimonies, and the other was from the SDA, Seventh-day Adventist, giving the testimony. But the testimony from the Seventh-day Adventist was so strong to me, and it was so long, almost 11 hours. So I watched that video. It was just a video. It was explaining how it was a Satanist, and then how God has found him and how God has punished him by that moment. So I saw everything. He explained about the fact about believing in the and true God, becoming the true member of the true church. So by that, I did not know any Seventh-day Adventist, and I did not know even where the Seventh-day Adventist church was. So I decided to pray, and through dreams, I was directed to find this church, and then I sought it, and then I found it. Maybe that's the story. I'll explain it one day. But after I became converted, it was 2013 is when I became a Seventh-day Adventist. It was 2013 at the beginning of the year, and on June of that the same year I was baptized. The challenges started after joining the church. The first challenge was about keeping the Sabbath at home. Because I was not good at the school by that moment, because I had completed my ordinary education, I was waiting for the results. So the challenge came that in my originality, my parent was a Catholic, and even my relatives were Catholics. So it was difficult to live there, to live in that era of Catholics and start to live differently, eating different food, because we know, according to the Bible, the book of Leviticus, it tells us about what food we should not use, and keeping the day, not working with the Sabbath. It was a little bit big challenges, especially to start from home, because they had to send me go because I was just a young boy. Okay, so it was easy for them to send me, but it came to pass that maybe it's a Saturday, they want to buy something, they need sugar, so they give me money, go and buy. And I know from the Bible I'm not supposed to buy on the Sabbath. So what did I do? I said no. It was hard. I remember one day, I just want to tell this story because you don't know everything, but I have to make it for that to give strength to the person, the people who are going to become Adventists, that it won't be easy, but still God will be with you. I remember one day my father told me that we have to go. It was Friday. We have to go to the bank, and I have to take money. So escort me there. I went with him, but before we were late, and the bank had closed. We decided to come back home, and the next day, that was the Saturday, the day to go to the church. He told me that okay, because yesterday we went there and there was no, the bank was closed, so we have to go today. Then I told him that I will not go there. Why? Because it's a Sabbath. We are not supposed to work. He was angry, very angry at me. And then he told me, if you take your food here and go to church today, you must go directly. Go there. Just start your own life. I was a boy. I was living with my father by that moment. We were alone too, living. I was going to work, and I was cooking at home. And So and I was studying even computer courses. But I said this is very hard. I did not say, but I spoke in my mind. But I knew whom I believed, so I decided to go. I packed my clothes. I left them in the kitchen, which was outside, and after leaving it there, I took my bicycle. I had a bicycle. Then I took my bicycle and I went to the church. When I arrived there, the church, I told the pastor that, Pastor, I have a challenge. And I told that pastor, the pastor the same who had baptized me. And I told him that, Pastor, my problem is my father has told me if I have to go to come to church, I have to find another place to live. So help me, what should I do? In my thinking, because I was a young boy and I was not mature spiritually, what I thought is maybe the pastor could tell me, okay, not worry, we are going to find any person here at the church that you can stay with him or her. But it did not tell me that. It told me one thing, still it links in my mind. And what it told me is that go to the church, tell your father. That's only that thing that he told me. So I went to the church and then I prayed, because I was just not mature spiritually, so I did not speak many words because it was just difficult for me. So I spoke short. I don't remember even what I prayed, but it was very short. And I came out and kept doing all other things that we do on the Sabbath, entering the worship service and whatever. And then at the evening, I went back home to see, will my father chase me and say, go back? I went there and everything was just normal, as if nothing has happened. So just was a challenge, and God helped me. But second happened when I went to the high school. Yes, I can remember. I went to the high school. Started like studies. Several studies were made on Saturday. Especially, I was taking subject of chemistry, biology, and geography. And in chemistry, we learn the topic called organic chemistry. And the teacher used to teach on Sabbath. A lot of things used to teach on the Saturday. So I did not study that subject, surely. I just have to be frank. I did not study that subject till I completed my advanced education and did exam. I did not do good because of that, but still I did not fail. But that was a challenge. So becoming a Seventhday Adventist, it won't make everything easy, and not all things will be a miracle. So it was not everything, it did not become a miracle. I had to experience some of the challenges like that one. But something I'm thankful is the issue of school. God helped me. Surely my father lost his job, and I had to go to school. Therefore, God helped me. Maybe that I explained the video, another video explaining about my life story. But this video is just about challenges, and they say becoming the Seventhday Adventist. And also my parents still put a lot of challenges. The second challenge, or the third one I can tell, it's when I was in advanced education. We had a whole day, so I had to go home. Just a little, it was a distance from the school to just a whole day travel. Almost 12 hours, 12 up to 14 hours driving. So you have to use the bus, public transport. So I went there at home, at the Seventhday Adventist still, but that I had almost 1 year and a half. If I don't remember, if I haven't forgotten. So I went there at home, and we were doing. I kept my life as normal. I was a vegetarian, not eat. So they coped with the situation that I had, because they had to cook their own food. I had to cook my own food, because I had stopped eating meat and fishes. So I used to eat vegetables and fruits alone, and God really helped me. It was just simple for me, for them eating meat, good food, looking delicious looking, but still I did not desire that food. I just had to use my simple food. So my father bought me vegetables, and and sometimes I cooked. Sometimes my stepmother helped me to cook my food, which was different, especially for the issue of the of what goes with the food. Okay, and one day, it was just a morning, I told him that I have a problem with my shoes. So he told me it was Sabbath morning. He told me, give me your shoes, the same shoes that I have to go with the church. He told me that, give me your shoes that I can take it to the one who repairs shoes. And I told him, it is impossible, I have to go to the church. So I am going to use them, and actually it is difficult to give you because it's today the Sabbath. We should not work. So he told me, keep your food, you are going to repair yourself. I won't give you money about this. I did not answer, I kept quiet. That's God's wisdom. And then because he came with the same time, he told me, okay, take this money, we need water, take to somebody who fetches water so that he can bring us cans of water. Almost 10, I don't if I'm not forgotten, it was the cost for 10 or 5 water cans. I said, no, I cannot take this money and give somebody to bring us water. That is buying. I cannot do it because this is the Sabbath. Whoa. It was just a mess. It was just a mess on that day. I will never forget. He did not beat me, but he was close to do that, but he didn't. So I kept quiet. I just kept quiet, did not speak anything after that. I kept quiet. I kept quiet until when he left me and he told me that, okay, you don't want to do what I say because of this day. Okay, from today, go to your church, tell them to pay for the school fees, to do everything that they can do. Okay, I did not answer. I kept quiet. He thought that I will not go to the church. I will take the money, but I did not take the money. I left the money there where he had kept. So I left and went to the church. It was Sabbath, and something amazing. I don't know where that spirit came from. I didn't even bother to tell the church that, okay, something has happened to my parents, so help me pay for this one and this one. So it passed almost 3 weeks, but I did not tell them. I did not ask the money from the father. The time of opening the school came. I did not ask him or tell him anything. I did not tell the church. I kept quiet. He called me, come to the office. Then I went there to the office where I was working. And then when I was there, he asked me, have you told the church about what I told you? I said no. He asked me, why haven't you told them that they had to support you for the issue of the school because you disobeyed me? And I said, if it's God's will for me to go to school, I will go. But if it's not God's will, I will not. And then he looked at me that did not understand the answer. But what he did, he took the money, he said, go away from now. Go to school. So it was just the same time I packed my stuffs and started the journey. The same day, I did not sleep even there at home. So I was thankful because it was just a good experience to experience how you can be persecuted because of faith. And still it gives me strength even now that God, if I stand for God, nothing will hurt me. God will be on my side. So different challenges happened. My father is not alive now. He died 2020. I was sorry for that, but that's how life is. And those challenges kept us a Seventhday Adventist. But at university, the education, it was not so much big. When I was at the university, I studied just easily because I was a reader there. So some of the things I could easily pass them. That maybe the teacher wants to come the class on Saturday, I could say, teacher, no, there are people who believes, and you should not intervene, you should not counteract or oppose people. Their freedom of worship. So it was just easy. So those are challenges that I face. There are so many, actually, but this video is an intention to show the challenge that I face at the Seventhday Adventist, the issue of reformation, the issue of changing the environment, because I had friends when I was Pentecostal, I had friends when I was Catholics. But for me to become the Seventh-day Adventist, just like I was changing everything. My life changed. The way I perceive things changed. So I did not see things as I used to see it. Everything changed. The way I see things was completely different. So I can say if you join the Seventh-day Adventist Church, you see things differently. And if you're Seventh-day Adventist Church and you see people, see them like they see things differently, and pray for them that God will take them from that kingdom and bring them to the kingdom of His church. So that's why I just say it is important for us to do the missionary work and tell people about Jesus Christ, but the work is done completely by Jesus Christ Himself. If you tell a person and then he does not understand you, what you are speaking, it's not your duty to convert a person or to tell a person, look, see things differently. He cannot see them unless the Holy Spirit opens up his eyes or her eyes. So, my friend, that was the short story about experiences after becoming the Seventh-day Adventist. There are so many actually, maybe we'll be sharing, but today I've prepared for that. I believe they're going to strengthen those who want to join the church, and those who have joined the church and still they have been persecuted. Worry not, because things are going to be fine. May God bless you. Remember to share, subscribe, and to comment on this video. If you have any experience, you can write there on the comment to share with others what you passed through after becoming the Seventh-day Adventist. It's going to be a help to many new believers and those who are still believing. Still, we are facing the same persecution every time in our life. May God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen.